Oh, hey. So there everybody is. No, I'm just fucking around. Yeah, I think I finally figured out how to get this shit to work, and went ahead and decided that I would remove the microphone from its stand, just to see how it fucking worked for a change. Why not, right? Crazier things have fucking happened, along with knocking over the fucking mic stand because I'm ill prepared for this. As a slide by the seat of my pants kind of person, I'm ill prepared for a live stream of any sort. But I'm doing it anyway because it's been about 4 months since I've done any of these. And I keep telling myself I'm gonna, and I just haven't. You know, I don't know why. I mean, I keep meaning to. I like the idea of it. But yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it. So I don't know. Today I was kind of getting a lot of other things done, and oh hey, my cat's thinking about joining and seeing what's up. What's up, boo boo? Anyhow, uh, so yeah, life takes over sometimes, right? You get busy with shit. You get sidetracked. You fall into ruts. You go through spurts of busyness, and maybe doing something like this wasn't necessarily on that list, or it was, but you're so busy you got too busy to do it. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's all about making priorities, and I have not made this a huge priority. Honestly, partly due to uh, just user error on my part when it comes to the equipment. I sometimes can't figure out how to use this shit off and on. So I think I finally got it working this time. So, but yeah, man, life takes over, and I don't know who needs to hear this. Probably everyone. No one. Life's tough. Life can be a bitch sometimes, man. Life can be too hard. I mean, there's so many wonderful things about being here in the matrix, in the simulation, if that's what we're in, or just, or in the real, is what I believe. But I mean, there's so many great things about it, but man, it's fucking tough. I mean, it can be stressful, and some of us are overthinkers, and, you know, and it just becomes even more difficult. The more you overthink all the things that you have to do, shit can spiral. Like, oh, what do I do first? Next thing you know, nothing's being done. Um, and so that's kind of how this was a little bit. Like, I make lists for myself to do, every day at work. But I follow that forward, even into the weekends. I'll make a weekend list, of shit I'd like to do, or just ideas of things I could do, for entertainment and shit. Whatever, work on Legos, fucking go shopping at XYZ store that just opened, or whatever the fuck. Um, so it's not a list of like everything has to be done, because some of it's just suggestions. But for example, making an episode or doing a live stream has been on that list for every fucking week for a month, and then even then on the weekends where I'm like, oh, well, fuck, I work from home on Fridays. I could just do it on Friday. And then Friday comes and, oh shit, I have meetings or I get busy here. Go figure, shit happens. But anyway, yeah, man, life can be tough, and you get busy with things, and you get sidetracked, and you mean well, but, you know, and, we all see those people. I don't know if you getting ready to say, those high functioning people that seem to have their shit so together. There's nothing they can't do. More power to you. I applaud you. I don't necessarily envy you because I've met a few of you and you just wear me out by listening to you. But that said, the world needs people like you as well, to be examples of what humans can do, because y'all just light it on fire, and that's great. I ain't that motherfucker though. Never have been, you know. So and most of us aren't, right? I mean, yeah, we're just not. That's okay. It was that, the movie Rudy. Rudigers can have a good life, man. You know, I mean, no bullshit. Not everybody needs to be a fucking Rockefeller or a fucking, from my day, Kennedy, or if I can name your famous person, everybody needs to be that, a James, part of the James. Nobody needs to be that in order to enjoy their life. I mean, you can have a really nice life and still live what is, by most accounts, mundane or average, whatever. I mean, life can still be good and fun. Anybody that says it can is miserable and needs to find their joy somewhere, wherever that may be. I don't know. But yeah, life can be tough, man. So I think we all need to hear that once in a while. Because like I don't know about most people, but I myself tend to, if I don't do enough or don't feel like I've done enough or whatever, I'll beat myself up about it. I don't need anybody else up my ass, a boss or anyone else. Like, have you done this or have you done that? I don't need that. I do that in here. You know, I got you covered. Save the bullshit. And I think that's probably what's been so hard. Part of it anyway. Part of it, smidge, small piece, is that for me. Even in any type of relationship, that's kind of what it feels like. I don't give a fuck if it's the military or whatever. It's like, yeah, I know what I got to do. Get off my fucking back. It's getting done. But I don't even know where I'm going with that. I digress. Just to say that, I've been beating myself up about, you need to get on the episode, you need to do a live stream. So here I am. I'm doing one. I feel like I've got the equipment to work. I did 2 test videos that I deleted before I finally came across the actual setting that I need to have working in order for all this to function. The holding onto the microphone is just a change of pace this time, but I believe I've got everything working. Oddly, pardon me. On a playback, if anybody sees this and has any suggestions, feel free to comment. Always feel free to comment about anything, even if you want to fucking troll me and talk shit. I don't give a fuck. Go ahead, try me if you want. I'd be glad to light you up on the next fucking live stream. Give me something to talk about. What I was gonna say is I don't know why it works this way. Maybe it's because it's still set that way in the computer. But anyway, I listen to the play in the headphones with everything plugged into the laptop. Can't hear shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Finally, on different setting, unplug everything. I can hear it. So, I mean, it's working. I heard the video playback, but not through my headphones. It wouldn't play back, only through the laptop speakers. I have no idea why the fuck that is. So if anybody knows, feel free to tell me I'm stupid, but how to fix it, that'd be cool. Come with a suggestion, not just a complaint. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to complain, have a fucking way to fix it. Don't just come empty handed, I mean, fuck, make yourself useful if you got something to fucking say. Yeah, so anyway, I was watching, since I'm just doing random shit, because I have no idea what I was going to talk about. Interestingly enough, I was watching this video earlier today about car salesmen and shit, and I used to do some of that. And they're talking about all the, and they're reading comments about, and in this video, like somebody commented, blah, 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 that's what they. Then they were talking about like car financing, and one of the comments was, "This has nothing to do with what I was previously talking about." I saw a squirrel, so I took a look. But it was saying that that's what they do. They fucking sent submit your application to multiple finance people trying to drive down your score. And it's like, and I do believe some people actually think that, because I hear that type of rhetoric about other topics all the time. Like, oh, they're doing this because they're trying to fuck up the country, and they're doing this because they want to see the country, blah, 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 blah. It's like, nobody's doing anything to purposely fuck shit up. You can just bet that for whatever they're doing, there's either some moral high ground reason for it or money. Simple. And when it comes to the car shit, it's money. Anybody that has worked in car financing before, they're not just, there are some finance managers that are bad at what they do and straight up don't give a shit. will just hit the all button, because the finance managers will have a list of, let's just for the sake of argument, say 10 different banks that they use when looking for credit. And some banks you only send top tier people to, other banks you send mid tier people to, and other banks you send long, low tier people to, right? People that can barely buy the steam off a hamburger. Which banks will only touch those people. People with 650 and belows, people with 600 and belows, credit scores, where you got to send those, fifth, third, shit like that. Anyway, um, subprime banks is what I'm saying. But anyway, nevertheless, there are some managers though that even if you're a subprime person, they'll say fuck it and they'll send you everywhere. Or even if you're a top tier person, fuck it, they'll send you everywhere, because even though they know they only need to send you, they say you're top tier, and they only need to send you to like one bank. Really, it's going to be an automatic approval. If you're top tier, meaning 750, 700, let's call it 700 and above, but truly 750 and above, anywhere above that, you're an automatic approval, right? So if you're going in to buy a GM car, you're going to GMAC, if they still call it that, and finance manager sends you to just GMAC, knowing that because you're over 750, GMAC's probably got the better rate, right? And they're going to approve you automatically. It's not even going to be a fucking problem. It's just going to be, as soon as he hits it, it'll come back approved. Especially if you have, more particularly, if you have high credit score and good loan to value, not upside down your trade in, you make good money, all the positive criteria that would make you a top tier. So they know they only really need to send you one or two, to there. Sometimes they'll send you to a second place on top tier people, at least the good ones, because I want to see if I can get a slightly better rate, maybe I can make a point and a half off this top tier person, right? Because there's no 0% available. But if I could get a top tier rate of, say, I guess in today's terms, 3.99, but I can get, but I know the I know this the sucker will take 5.5, right? So I can make a point and a half off this fucking guy, which is $1,500 more dollars or more that you're going to make as far as profit on the loan, kickback from the lender, that kind of shit. That's what they do. So, but you'll have shitty, right? A good guy will know that, I got to get them done, so I'm sending them to the financing end of the manufacturer, GMAC. But maybe I can make some extra money for ourselves by sending this and get a better rate, maybe. Or maybe they already know it's possible, and then they tempt you with that, whatever the deal is. A lot of factors, but that's the gist. But if you're low tier, they're only going to send you to, once again, it should only be a couple, three. The point is what I'm trying to say is nobody's purposely like, fuck, I'm all going to lower their credit score. Nobody's saying that. There's just that some guys don't give a fuck if it does or doesn't. They just don't care. They're just looking for the best rate, and the quickest way to get the best rate is just hit the all button, submit you everywhere, see which best one comes up, and see how much money they can make off of you, if any. And then you only find out later that what the fuck, 30 days later after you get home, you realize this fucking prick sent you to not just GMAC, but Wells Fargo, fucking, Bob and Jimmy's, savings and loans everywhere, just cause. Sometimes you have to tell them, don't fucking do that. I know I'm top tier. I ain't financed with anybody except GMAC. I know what the rates are. So don't, sometimes you have to do that. But nevertheless, if you're low tier, you probably don't know to do that. And but also the thing is, sending you to multiple banks doesn't also automatically lower your credit score. Generally speaking, it's the excessive submissions. So one or two, probably not a problem, or definitely, not going to really be an issue with your credit score. It's not going to like, oh my God, my credit score got dinged by 8 points because, or whatever. It's usually about 2 points per. That changes. I don't have the algorithm in my head or know what it is, rather. But if you have 10 submitted in a month, and maybe if you're a low tier, maybe this isn't the first dealership. You've gone to 2 others and they've all done the same thing. So you may have 30 fucking submissions. If you've gone to 3 different dealerships, they all hit the all button. Yeah, that's going to fuck your shit up. That's not going to be good. You better buy something fast because, come next month and they rerun the scores. or update them. Yeah, it ain't gonna look good. But anyway, it just stuck out at me, that comment of, "Oh, they're purposely trying to." Nobody's purposely trying to do anything. The truth is, they just don't give a shit. The good ones do. The bad ones don't. And the good finance guys, which there are some out there, they even care about the low tier person. They don't want to waste their time. They know they're going to have a hard time getting you approved. They're not going to send you to Bank of America when you're a fucking, a fucking 550, because Bank of America is not going to fucking touch you, or some shit like that. They're just not. So it's a waste of their time. It also, like, has their rep on that end going, "What are you doing sending this shit over here? I saw that come through. What the fuck?" Like, don't do that. So that kind of shit doesn't happen. I don't think it happens as much as it used to, particularly since, I've been out of the business for a long time, but I think that shit's not doesn't happen as much as it used to. But anyway, that question stuck out at me, so I had to go on some fucking diatribe about that shit. Just saying, that's not how it works. So anyway, all right. There's your lesson in car finance and credit scores and how those can negatively impact or not. There's your TED talk, I guess. Yeah, TED talks are cheap as fuck anymore, man. They're worthless. So yeah, let's just call it a TED talk, and you know, and go ahead and wrap it up right there. I got some shit I was wanting to do anyway. So maybe I'll make another one later if I'm in the mood. Otherwise, I'll try to be back soon and start doing this more on the reg. That's always been the intention. But remember, life is tough. Don't beat yourself up. Try to have a good time. It'll all be worth it. Peace out.